Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a guy who made $1,000 every single day in his first week dropshipping. Now we're going to be taking a look at a lot of things to try and find out exactly how he made that money. So we're going to be looking at the product that he chose to do all this, how he knew it was going to be a winning product, his ad spend on TikTok ads, everything that went into making him $1,000 in profit every single day in his first week dropshipping. I'm Steve, this is Life at the White House, let's get into it. Okay guys, so $1,000 a day is a lot of money, especially for someone who is completely new to this in their first week, and we're going to be now breaking down exactly how he did it, so hopefully you can do it too. Now, so let's start with the product. So the mystery product that he used to generate all of this revenue. Now, you may have seen this particular product knocking about on social media, but here it is. So it's actually a posture corrector. Now, which in today's day and age, with everyone working at the desk either in the office or from home, and we're all in that hunched over position, it's gonna have a lot of appeal. There's a lot of people, I'm saying this right now, working on the computer. You might work on the computer yourselves, but having a product like this that has mass appeal is a huge bonus. So it's going to be very appealing for people, especially people with bad backs, and we all know at least a couple of people who have a bad back. So it's going to take you from that hunched over position there, and then when you use it, it's going to open you up straight again. And then just me doing this actually feels a lot better because I'm normally sat like that. But that's what the product is. It was a posture corrector, and that is what made him all the money. But how did he know it was going to make him all this money? Well, there's a few things that he was using, a few programs that he was using, so he could ascertain whether this was going to be profitable for him or not. The first thing that he saw and that he knew it was going to be a good product is that he could get it on AliExpress for less than $4. So that was the first thing, and that was a big tick in the box. But as well as that, he also used some spy software called PP Spy. Now, this particular Chrome extension allows you to track live sales of your future competitors. So you know that people are making a lot of sales with this product, and if you get into the space with the same product, then there is a good chance that you could be making a lot of money as well. So that was another huge tick in the box. He knew he'd get it for cheap on AliExpress, and he was using the PP Spy software to ensure that this product was actually getting sales from his future competitors. So he knew that if he got into that particular space, he was going to be making quite a lot of money. Now, the next stage after this was to sort out his Shopify store. Now, I'm going to put it here so you can see exactly how it looked and what it looked like when it was finished. Now, as you can see, it looks really good. There's a really good interface here. It's not overwhelming for the customers when they come to the store, because you know the last thing that you want is to confuse people who are coming to the store with 100 things going off at once. It's just, you know, you've clicked, you're here, here's the product, buy. You know, that's really all you need. Nice, simple, easy interface that's going to get you from in the door to out of it with your product and with money made for him or you if you're trying to do this, but that's what you need. Now, as well as that, he also used an app called A-Reviews just to build a bit of trust in the product and the store itself, just to give the buyer a little bit more confidence. So that's really important as well, and I'll put that up on screen as well. So after all of this was complete, so he found his perfect product, he knew it was making a ton of sales with his future competitors, he set up his Shopify store, everything was ready to go. So at this point, all you need to do is to actually get people in the door. Now, he chose to get people in the door through TikTok ads, and that was going to be a fantastic decision for him. So let's have a look at a few of the things that he did with his campaigns to see what he was spending. His overall profit was at the end of that first week. So in a minute, we're going to be breaking down all of those numbers so you can see what he was running in his campaign, how he was running it, his different ad sets, how he was getting people into the door, and how he was making all of this money. Okay guys, so this is the actual breakdown of how he set up the ads. So he was running a $500 a day campaign in his first week, which is pretty crazy, but his results were equally as crazy. So let's dive a little deeper into this. So he was actually running 10 different ad sets, each with a $50 per day budget, giving us our total of $500 per day there. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you will spend all of that budget, as we'll find out in a minute. It just serves as an absolute maximum as what you want to spend per ad set per day. Now, in his first full 24 hours of running this campaign, he made, wait for it, nearly a total of $8,000. But that is revenue, and as we all know, revenue isn't profit, so that's a little different. So let's dive a little deeper into and see how much this was making in profit, not just revenue. Okay guys, so I've got the numbers here for his first week. Now, the total revenue that he made in his first 7 days was $19,413 in total revenue. Now, his net profit on that amount was $8,315, and that comes through on his dropshipping analytics on his Shopify store here. However, we have to now minus the $1,825 for his total ad spend over that period. And you'll also notice that that doesn't add up to $500 a day. I think it's about $270, $260 a day. So like I said at the start, 500 serves as an absolute maximum that you're willing to spend, but in this case, over the first 7 days, it was only still a lot of money, $260 per day or something in that range. Now that in turn gave us a total profit here of $6,490 of overall profit in the first 7 days, which gives us a daily total of $927 profit per day. Now, that isn't as catchy as the title of $1,000 of profit per day in your first 7 days, but it's pretty close. But that isn't the really eye-opening thing. You see, things start to get very interesting with what happens next. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to examine his weekly earnings, which you already know to be $6,500 or something thereabouts, his monthly earnings, his hourly rate, which is really interesting, and his annual earnings. Now we're going to assume all variables stay the same. So his weekly earnings, as we all know, are $6,490 per week. Now, at the end of this week, he has put in around 12 hours of work, giving us an hourly rate here of $540 per hour. Yeah, which is fairly eye-watering, but that hourly rate only goes up from here, and it doesn't only creep up, it goes exponentially up, as you're about to see. Now his monthly revenue from this particular side hustle will come in at $25,960, and this is profit, not revenue. This is profit. $25,960 in profit dropshipping in that first month. And this right here is where the magic with his hourly rate really does start to kick in. And you can see after his first week now, he only needs to maintain his ad campaign, which should be no more than an hour a week. Meaning after the first 12 hours of work, plus the 1 hour per week in the 3 weeks that follow that to make up his first month, giving us a total of 15 hours worked, his overall hourly rate has gone up to an amazing $1,730 per hour. And it only gets better from here. Let's take a look at his quarterly revenue. So guys, that is his first 3 months. That's the quarter there. So now that gives us a total of $77,880 over their months. And this of course is assuming that none of the variables have changed. None of the money is then reinvested into the campaign or the ad campaign itself, giving us even more money as we'd be spending even more money on ads. So for all of this, we're assuming that his ad spend has stayed the same since week 1. But you can imagine that he may be putting in 3,000 or 4,000 as things start to progress. But we're going to keep it at 500 just for entertainment purposes. But in reality, if this was happening, you'd be making exponentially more money. Right, so at this point, his hourly rate over the first quarter, assuming he put in 15 hours in his first month, and then an hour a week in his second and third months, gives us a total of 23 hours, meaning his overall hourly rate has now gone up to $3,386 per hour. And it gets better from this point on. Let's take a look at his annual earnings. So guys, in his first year running this campaign, assuming all the variables stay the same, he would have made $311,520, which is a very good wage, but I know what you want to hear. What is his hourly rate? So assuming he only needs 1 hour per week to maintain that ad campaign, he would have worked a total of 60 hours. I work more than that in a week. He's done that in a year, but let's be conservative and say you had to put in an extra 10 hours of work overtime throughout the year to cover our bases, giving us a total of 70 hours. Now, his overall hourly rate here will be $4,450 per hour. Now that is pretty staggering, and that is the magic of drop shipping. Once you've set everything up and things can start to run on autopilot. Now, if he didn't need to do any overtime, his hourly rate would be $5,192 per hour. Wow. Wow. Now, if you guys want to know a little more about dropshipping and listening to that, why wouldn't you? Then click this video right here. But apart from that, I'm Steve. This is Life at the White House. I'll see you guys again in that one. Well, hopefully you too can be on that $5,000 per hour. Wow.